history fans, and welcome back to the channel that helps you learn a little bit of history. Finally uploading, sorry. A few weeks ago, or actually maybe a month ago, I went to Eyam, the plague village, and I wrote a little video for you. So I thought you wouldn't mind if I just read this to you, and I'll put in some of the clips from the trip. So I hope you enjoy. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you do, and let's just get reading. In 1665, Eyam, it's spelled E-Y-A-M, and for a while, because I vlogged it, that'll go up soon, I kept saying Eyam, but then I heard someone say Eyam, so I now feel weird which way I say it, but I'll go with Eyam because that's what I heard someone in the museum say. In 1665, Eyam became a hugely important English village. The plague pandemic had, as expected, boomed in London, but because of trade routes and the rich just fleeing to the country, the disease spread very quickly. It didn't just stay in London, as I'm sure you all know. In August 1665, a parcel of cloth arrived from London for the village tailor, Alexander Hatfield. His assistant George Vickers opened it up by the fire to air. But the cloth had been infected with the fleas, and a few days after, George died, the first plague victim of the village. Usually, to stop the plague, people prayed, believing it was a punishment from God, or they thought it was caused by bad air, miasma. So they carried pomanders with them, which were bags stuffed with herbs and spices, basically. But the brave villagers in Eyam decided to properly stop the disease spreading. There was a fairly new Reverend, William Mompesson, M-O-M-P-E-S-S-O-N, Mompesson. He convinced the villagers of a plan to stop the spread. It was incredibly brave of the villagers to contain the disease and not just flee, potentially spreading more. So they did the first ever lockdown in history, basically, or well, of the plague. So they were very, very brave. First time doing it. Everyone else just fled, and that's why it kept spreading. But they didn't. So that's why Eyam, the plague village, is famous. They set up a quarantine, or a cordon sanitaire, and there was a line around the village that no one was to cross. Signs were put up telling those passing by to keep moving, don't enter. And it's thought there were very little attempts to cross. People actually stuck to it. Who'd believe that? But of course, the village needed supplies. The Earl of Devonshire, over at Chatsworth House, provided for the village, leaving the supplies on the southern boundary, where the villagers would leave the money in water troughs full of vinegar, which did help with the spread of disease, or kill off the disease. And there's actually boundary stones still there. I saw one of them, which has the very tragic story of two lovers as well. But yeah, so in this boundary stone you can see the little wells where money would be left. They buried their dead quickly near where they died, rather than waiting for the village cemetery, and services were moved to be outside in the open air rather than in the church. They really were very modern thinkers. The people in the village saved countless lives for those surrounding them, but they lost so much. They suffered a higher percentage of deaths than London, with 260 villagers dying in 14 months out of 800 people. Although I definitely read somewhere else that there were only 350 people. Either way, 76 families were affected. And in the science and medical world, the villagers who sacrificed so much really helped move our knowledge forward. Who would have thought in the 1600s people would quarantine and stop the spread of a disease? It was very interesting, and it was a very lovely village to see. I would recommend going. It's quite small, but it's nice. And there was also, you could see, so the boundary stone, and then this cave, which was, I don't know if it was a church or if it was just a place they went to pray. But that was quite eerie. But I don't know if I just spooked myself out with that one, because it was a little bit outside the village and I walked on my own, and then it was through like a woodsy bit, and then just this very eerie atmospheric cave. I'd really recommend going if you're nearby. Thanks for watching this very quick little video on the Plague Village. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you very soon. Bye bye.